All right. Okay, Tom's on there. Would you hold join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Take off my chair. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of
America,
to the
the
republic,
republic for which it stands,
one nation,
nation, under God,
liberty,
liberty, justice for all.
delay. The delay threw me off there. Like, hey, Tom.
Sorry.
Yes, hi, Tom. So, okay, so with that, I will call the Town of Damariscotta Select Board meeting of October 11th to order. We are missing one member tonight. Andrea Kushkarian is out, and Tom Anderson's coming in on the Zoom screen out there. So, all right, with that, I suppose we can get moving along. Relatively short meeting, so we don't have any minutes tonight. We can go right into financial reports. We all got a chance to look at them. Tom, you haven't obviously, but
Make a motion to
Josh.
approve payroll warrant 15.
all right. Do I hear a
Is
second?
that around 38,000 like usual?
Yes, I think it's
All right.
34 or something.
Something, yeah, it's right in that ballpark. Yep.
Okay.
Second,
I'll
Second.
second. I'll
Okay,
second.
Dan's gonna second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, motion carries. It's all four. Yeah, Tom as well. Yep. And do we have AP, I'll move AP 16.
Do you move it or you want me to move it?
I'll move it.
Or second it?
You want to second it? Josh is gonna second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, yeah. And Tom-
Abstain.
Tom abstain, yeah. So three yes, one abstains, one absent. Well, all right, moving right along. And do we have any, I don't see anybody in the audience tonight, anybody coming in Zoom. So any last minute correspondence or comments on your end, Eddie?
None that can't wait for next week.
Okay, cool. We'll move into your capital projects with town manager report. So
Great.
what do you, Grady says, yeah.
So just moving slow, but
Mhm.
the engineers have reviewed all the change orders for the Egypt Road, Belvedere Road project, and are sending back their final recommendation to Hager Enterprise. So hopefully we'll be able to compromise or find some middle ground on that. And then catch basins have been ordered for Hodgson Street. Some equipment did show up today, so they're getting closer for that. I don't have a firm start date still, but we'll email them again to try and get something so we can make sure our engineer and I am available. Have to do a wage survey as part of the grant requirement. I think at least once, depends on how many days they're there. We want our engineer there at a couple key moments at least, just to keep an eye on things, make sure it's what we're supposed to get. So we do need to know exactly when. And George Parker and myself have a meeting scheduled with Wright Pierce to discuss that change order, that amendment for engineering services. Still, they've been working, as far as we know, been working on the final designs, but
Okay.
with the conference and Pumpkin Fest and being sick, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get to it right away, but we'll be meeting this week with them to see if we can finalize that number. Any questions on the capital projects?
Not for me, anybody else?
Hager Enterprise Incorporated. Pumpkin Fest, for those that were in town, it sounds like it was good, because I was home most of the weekend, but sounds like it went well. I was still in communication with our staff and kind of
Yeah.
facilitating what little I could do.
Yeah, seemed like it went off well. There was, considerable crowd for as rainy as Saturday was. It was still pretty good turnout, and I wasn't around Sunday or Monday, but from what I hear, it was pretty crowded both those days. Well, with the weather, so
Yeah, I was there all 3 days, and the Derby was the largest they've ever had, I think, in terms of contestants, and the crowd was all the way down almost to the river in the parking lot behind Weatherbird. But so that went really well, and the Pumpkin Fest race was a little abbreviated, but the crowd again was huge. It was all the way down to the Water Street section of the waterfront. I mean, it was really mobbed.
Yeah.
So it's all on video somewhere, but it was a good show. And Larry Seidlinger, as usual, was very entertaining. So and I was in the parade, and you were too. I thought that the crowds were pretty substantial for the rain.
Oh, absolutely. For as much rain as there was a really decent crowd for for that day. So, no, that's good. And they'll typically have a debriefing. You'll meet up with
Yeah, I
them.
think not this week, but next.
Yep.
Not too long after. They'll get back together, the committee will,
Cool.
and go through things. We tried a couple things different this year. Patrolled pretty heavily Church and Bristol Road to try and keep people from parking on those ones. They allowed the buses to come down through Church, and only the bus and people that lived there could get the section closer to Vine Street
Yeah.
there. And they were dropping people off right at that intersection. They seem to think that went really well.
Yeah.
They had 4 buses running, I believe.
Yep.
So that kept things moving efficiently for them. I think we put the detour signs up, which might have been new, up at school in Bristol, just trying to get people to go that way, and avoid Main Street if they could.
Nice.
Yeah, otherwise we didn't have any major issues. I think there was one fall, and that, was okay. And person reached out and we've conversed a little bit, but, other than that, there were no missing kids that I heard of, and things went well.
Yeah, good. No, good. We put a lot of time and effort into it, so it's good. It goes off well. Oh,
And then just highlighting future upcoming discussions, just a reminder, if you get a chance to look through some of the bike infrastructure resolution from PSAC, just look through that, think about it. I told them it'd be on the next week's agenda.
next, yeah, I'm gonna say, we'll
discussion.
get them some time next week. Yeah. We had to abbreviate it last time, bad. So definitely make sure they have some time. So thank you, Andy.
And then just covering a few key items on Friday at 10 a.m. There's a plan to present our oldest resident in town with the Boston Post cane, first time in a while. The Historical Society will be leading that. And then confirming we do have a cemetery tour Saturday.
We're waiting for a final confirmation.
Okay.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Available.
I reached back out to Patty, so I go ahead. I'm not gonna be around, but to go ahead with it, because I think you're available, and Tom and
Mhm.
Andrew at that point. So
Andrea is.
yeah,
Okay.
I believe so. Did she get back?
You and her, I think they were still waiting.
Maybe I misread it in the email, but yeah, in the effort of Patty's put a lot of time and effort to it. We keep bouncing around, and I just soon, if they can do it that soon, then that's the date she can do it, make it happen. And to that point, yeah, we had an excellent, she was an excellent tour guide a couple of weeks ago, so she knows her stuff. So it was very enjoyable. So I'll thank her on behalf of the board for that and giving us a tour. So, but I
Great.
think we should proceed with the 14th if it works for
Okay.
you folks.
I'll get something posted tomorrow.
Yeah. Any other? Yeah, there's a lot going on, but we
Was it
can.
9 o'clock? What we did last
We have
time?
9
It was
o'clock.
9. It was 9 a.m. last time. Yeah.
Great.
So. Cool. Any questions on any of that?
I would,
I'll add November 21st at 6 o'clock at Coastal Rivers for the aquaculture meeting. And we have 7 people coming from South Bristol, including their select board, and about 6 from Waldoboro. And I would say the total right now is about 35, and it's growing. So we have both of our legislators coming, and we have the director of the DMR coming, which is really important. So it should be a good meeting.
Okay.
Make sure you got enough
Um,
capacity there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I could use if anybody wants to arrive around 5 to help me set up, that would be appreciated.
Tom, who's as far as moderating, who's heading the meeting and whatnot, setting it up? Do we have a?
Yeah, I am.
You're gonna. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have
It's going to be an information sharing thing, people to express their, concerns or whatever, and to have DMR and Darling present the current condition of the river and the future projections for the rivers, et cetera. It's going to be information sharing.
Yeah. Great. Okay. And-
Coastal Rivers office on Main Street, around top.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Dan, did you have something?
yeah, I would just encourage people to go, if you can, to these comprehensive plan workshops as well. They're people have put a lot of time into these things, and so there's presentations that are being prepared, and hopefully people show up, because these 3 topic areas were the areas that rose to the top of both this online survey that we did and on all of the in-person events that we held as well. And so housing, the village area,
Going on. Yeah.
a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about that area. So that'll inform the comprehensive plan as well. And then, and finally, just the issue of active living, active recreation, which would be the last one on November 9th. So
Your next one's coming up on the 17th.
it's coming right
October
up. Yeah,
17th. the 6th.
October
Okay.
17th. Yep.
That's at the library. It's going to the library.
That'll be at the library. Yep.
Oh, cool. All right. I try to get word out and hopefully get some more people involved. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Anything else? Any other business on that end?
6 p.m.
I don't know, just briefly, I went to the public hearing for the Lincoln County Budget Committee because it was on my calendar and fascinating. There was 3 commissioners, 2 people who work for the county, 1 budget committee person and a state rep and myself, and they pretty much adopted me to be to be part of their group. Technically, I can't be on the committee because apparently there's something called a caucus
Mhm.
that happens and you have to be elected at a
Mhm.
caucus.
Oh, interesting.
And that
Yeah.
had happened previously because as it turns out, there's 9 members of the budget committee, 3 representing each of the districts. There's 3 districts.
Yeah.
And so it's made up of a whole bunch of towns, each district. So the caucus actually elects
That's the
the,
elected representative.
but they suggested if I have the time to go
Mhm.
and just be a budget committee person and
Yeah.
just even though you can't vote. So I'll
Yeah,
plan to
sure,
do
sure.
that.
Yeah.
And then for next meeting's on Friday. So, so I'll plan to go. there.
Interesting. Okay.
So,
Thank you. Yeah. Cool, cool. Josh, anything?
No, I'm good right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll have lots of things to go next week when we have a real.
Yeah,
meeting.
we'll have a longer meeting. Yeah, catch up on some stuff. So, yeah, I won't add anything this evening. We already talked about the Pumpkin Fest and the cemetery tour and whatnot, so I don't have anything else to add. So if you're good, and everything, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Josh,
Second.
Nope, Tom's gonna second that one. Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, meeting is so adjourned. Okay, thank you.
I don't know, because the clock